Hey folks, Monday night was the first night of Battle Rounds on Season 4 of The Voice. Boy, Shakira looked like a different person this week, didn't she? Still gorgeous, but I think it's because she gave birth sometime between the blind auditions and the Battle Rounds. She was like 8 months pregnant during the blind auditions. I was kind of hoping that one of the auditions would have been so good that would go into labor and then Blake would have to deliver her baby. But sadly that didn't happen. Well, logically I know that usually there's enough time to get to the hospital, but not if she gives birth as quick as she uses up them steals that like she did on the Battle Rounds. She squandered both of her steals right here in the first episode, so now she's going to have to sit through 13 more battles, and she's going to be powerless. Anyway, the first battle of the night was from Team Adam, Amber Carrington versus Sasha Allen. Remember, Amber was the last person to make it onto Adam's team after singing a Carrie Underwood song, and he was the only one that turned around for her in the blind auditions. Well, Blake said that he would have turned around for her too if he had any spots left, but I never really believed that. And Sasha was the girl that got all 4 coaches to turn for her after over-singing I'm Not Ready to Make Nice by the Dixie Chicks. I wasn't crazy about either of their auditions, but I thought Sasha had the advantage going into this battle, because you know the coaches on this show just love those big over-the-top, over-singers. But then during rehearsal, it was starting to look like maybe Amber had the advantage because she sounded quite lovely. The song that Adam gave them to sing was Try by Pink, and Sasha's over-singing was getting to be too much even for Adam, which is saying a whole lot. I think she had tamed it down quite a bit by the time they hit the stage, but she replaced it with 10 tons of drama. I mean, that young lady had more drama than TNT. Amber, on the other hand, seemed more natural, and they both sounded pretty good, so I would have given Amber the edge, which is exactly what Adam did. He went with Amber. He said that it was one of the best battle rounds ever on the show. It was alright, but it wasn't that good. Adam acted like it was a tough decision, but I think he had it planned out from the get-go. He already has a couple of other big singers on his team, but he really wants a country singer this year, and I don't think it matters to him that Amber isn't really that country. When it was over, though, Shakira and Usher both went in for the steal, which wasn't surprising since they both turned for Sasha at the auditions, but maybe by next season, these people will start to learn when all 4 coaches turn for you during the blind auditions, don't pick Adam because he has no loyalty. The other coaches will treasure you because everybody turned around for you and everybody wanted you. Adam Levine treasures only himself. Sasha was just lucky that the coaches hadn't used up all their steals yet. She ended up going with Shakira based on what she called a gut feeling. But isn't that the same reason she picked Adam in the first place? Maybe she should learn not to trust her gut feelings. I don't know. The next battle was from Team Shakira with Garrett Gardner versus Jason. Now, Garrett was the growler that got rejected last season and then only got Shakira to turn around for him this time. And Jason is, well, I have no idea who Jason is. The only reason I even remember him is because his name is spelled funny, J''Son, but his audition was reduced to a snippet, and 9 times out of 10, that means that they are not going to survive the battle round, so it was pretty clear which direction this one was headed in. The song Shakira gave them was How You Like Me Now, which was clearly more suited for Garrett than it was for Jason. During rehearsal, Garrett told Joel Madden that he is one of the reasons that he started singing. So that's who we can blame. No, I suspect he would have said the same thing if Carol Burnett had been Shakira's helper. It's a common butt-kissing tactic. I would have quizzed him. How many of my songs do you know? What was my last hit? But, I don't know, maybe I'm just an asshole like that. Jason was a little bit more confident than Garrett since he's 10 years older and more experienced. And let's face it, it'd be a little bit tough not to feel confident when Shakira is reprimanding the dude next to you for basically barking the song out. Well, she told him not to growl so much, and apparently he's a pretty good listener because when they hit the stage, the growling was tamed down to a minimum, so that was a relief. And I thought Garrett sounded better than he did in either of his auditions because of it, but I still thought Jason sounded better than him, and I thought he performed better than him too, so I would have called Jason the winner, but to be honest, I didn't really care too much one way or the other, so I wasn't devastated when Shakira picked Garrett, and I didn't mind that nobody tried to steal Jason. Next up was Team Blake with Holly Tucker versus Michelle Raitzin, kind of like raisin with a TZ instead of a S. I don't know. Now, Holly is the country girl that sings with her parents and got all 4 coaches to turn for her when she auditioned with To Make You Feel My Love. And Michelle is a nobody that got only Blake to turn for her audition that ended up on the cutting room floor. So once again, it was pretty clear where this one was going. Michelle asked him why he paired her up with Holly, and he hemmed and hawed at answering her, but she knew that she was at a clear disadvantage. Anyway, the song that Blake gave them for their battle was Blown Away by Carrie Underwood. During rehearsal, Sheryl Crow said that Holly was so good that she could probably sing the phone book. Don't you do it, Sheryl. Don't you dare. Now, I've been a fan for a long, long time, but I will not tolerate Randy Jackson babble from nobody, not even you, so don't let it happen again. Anyway, I wasn't blown away by either of these girls in this battle. I don't think either one of them really did this song justice, but Holly's voice is more pleasing to my ears. I thought Michelle's voice had kind of an unpleasant quality, and I really didn't like the way that she added so many diva runs in this song. It just didn't fit the song very well. Blake acted like he wanted to keep both of them, but I didn't believe that for a nanosecond. He ended up going with Holly because he says because she's country, but I'm totally not buying that excuse because from the snippet that they showed of Michelle's audition, she sang a country song too, but to be fair, she didn't really sound country, and Holly was clearly the winner of this battle. Next up was Team Usher with Jess Kellner and Taylor Beckham. Jess was the girl that got Usher and Shakira to turn around for her when she auditioned with Can't Help Falling in Love with You, but remember she pronounced her words so funny that it was like she was singing in a whole nother language. And Taylor is the former gymnast that sounded like a little boy when she auditioned with I'm Going Down, and she also got Usher and Shakira to turn for her. The song that Usher gave them to battle with was You Know I'm No Good by Amy Winehouse, and he didn't really seem to have any singing advice for them. It was all about their performance, and it was pretty clear that he was leaning heavily toward Jess during rehearsal. I would be very scared of Usher if I was on his team because all of the others seem to coach by nurturing. Usher seems to coach by intimidation. He made me a little bit uncomfortable, so I can only imagine how he must make his team feel. Whatever his coaching method, though, it didn't work. These two girls took to the stage and gave the drabbest battle of the night. I liked Taylor's voice better, so I would have went with her over Jess, but I thought she looked like Jessica Rabbit, and I don't think she has enough attitude to pull off Mary Had a Little Lamb, let alone an Amy Winehouse song, so I didn't like either one of them. Neither did Usher, apparently, though. He wanted more from both of them, but he ended up declaring Jess the winner. Then, Blake went in for the steal and stole Taylor. What a waste! I was quite surprised when he saved her, mainly because he had just got done saying that he liked Jess better, and I don't believe his excuse for a second that he was using reverse psychology on Usher to trick him into picking the other girl so he could steal Taylor. He just felt sorry for her because she was standing up there crying. Next up was Team Blake again with Christian Porter versus the Swon Brothers. Remember, Christian is the dude that sang Sexy and I Know It, and the Swon Brothers are the brothers where one of them's good looking and the other one is talented. Now, coming into the battle rounds, I would have been willing to bet money that Christian Porter was going to be a shoo-in, so I was a little confused when Blake gave them a song that seemed like it was custom picked for the Swon Brothers. Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. Well, we already knew the Swon Brothers could pull off a Tom Petty song, mainly since they auditioned with one. All of them struggled a little bit during rehearsal, though. Christian was struggling to hit some of the notes. And the Swon Brothers were struggling because, well, mainly because only one of them really has any talent. When they hit the stage, though, they all did a decent job. I thought they all sounded pretty good, even with a pretty blasé song choice. But I would have picked Christian for a few reasons. For one, I have a natural resistance against duos on a show called The Voice. If it was called The Voices, maybe I would give them a little bit of a chance. Plus, I think the Swon Brothers are a little bit boring. I mean, there's something you would see in a bar on a Tuesday night. I thought Christian put more into the performance. I liked his voice better, and we already know that he's not afraid to take risks, so I was really surprised when Blake went with the Swon Brothers. Was he drunk or something? Well, he usually is, but I didn't know what he was thinking. Well, he said that they were pretty much even, so he had to go with what he knows. It's probably the same excuse he'll use to get rid of the Swon Brothers during the knockout rounds. I was also a little bit surprised that none of the coaches tried to steal Christian. I thought the whole point of the steal was to prevent highway robbery, so I just don't get it. I mean, I think he could have done really well in the competition because he was really popular among the viewers, so I don't know how they couldn't have known that. Don't they go online and size up these contestants, size up the competition, see what people are enjoying? I know I would if I was a coach, but I guess maybe they just show up, do their job, and then just don't think about the show until it's time to record the next one. Best I could tell because, I mean, I could chalk it up to they didn't know if the battle rounds had been taped like a month ago, but they were taped last week, after the last audition episode aired, so I don't get it, but whatever. And the last battle of the night, Team Adam, again with Judith Hill versus Karina Iglesias. Remember, Judith was going to be Michael Jackson's duet partner on the This Is It tour, and then she got all four coaches to turn for her when she sang What a Girl Wants. And Karina was the music teacher that sang a Melissa Etheridge song in English and Spanish, and totally killed it, but not in a good way, but still got Adam and Blake to turn for her at the last second, and it seemed like they were turning on a dare. Well, we knew from the get-go, no way was Adam going to let Judith go. For their battle, he gave them It's a Man's World. If I never hear that song again, it'll be too dang soon. I am so sick of this song on these dang singing shows. The song wasn't the only reason I really wasn't looking forward to this battle, though. It was mainly because Adam went on and on about how powerful they both are, and then they hyped it up like it was the most epic battle that was ever on the show, and so I knew it had the potential to be the Battle of the Banshees. It turned out to be pretty tame, though. Better than what I thought it would be, but I don't know if I'd call it the best battle on the show ever, like Adam called it. And of course, it was no shock that Adam went with Judith. I was a little surprised that Shakira stole Karina, though, because I mean, really? I think Karina, I mean, she sounded terrible during her audition, and I think she did pretty good with this song because it has no melody. So when she actually has to sing a song that has some melody, I think she's going to butcher it, and Shakira is going to regret tossing away both of her steals so quick. You just wait and see. So anyway, that was it for the first episode. Tuesday night's episode, I think we're going to see Usher get a little bit meaner. I'm kind of scared of Usher, making me miss CeeLo a little bit. So anyway, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about the show. If you think Shakira wasted her steals, subscribe to my YouTube channel, come be my Facebook friend, and I'll see y'all next time.